Yo, what's up, guys? I just got finished watching the Chicago Bulls beat the Detroit Pistons, and overall it was a pretty good game. You know, I'm proud of the Chicago Bulls for finally playing a complete game and winning. But yeah, today was a pretty big game. You know, of course, Derrick Rose was playing for the Pistons, and Dane pretty much retired today. And a bunch of his old Bulls teammates came, and it was a good day. And earlier today, Derrick Rose also did an interview with NBC Sports Chicago. I'll make sure to throw the link in the description if you guys want to watch the whole interview. But yeah, I'm just going to be reading a few questions that Derrick's talked about and everything like that, and just give my opinion on the interview and everything like that. So yeah, I'm pretty much just going to break it down and give my opinion. And Derrick Rose, first off, talked about how this is the best he's ever felt mentally, physically, and emotionally. And Rose said he believes so. He said he's been through a lot. He was a kid when he first started off in Chicago. You know, he was always shy to the media. He didn't want to talk to the media. It was a big learning process for him. And he really didn't have a mentor at the time. His agent, BJ Armstrong, could do all he could do, to help. But at the end of the day, he never had all that talent and spotlight that Derrick Rose always had on him. And BJ pretty much just let Derrick learn by himself and just letting him figure it out. Because I remember Derrick's first few seasons here, he was really shy. He didn't talk to the media. He was just stubborn. He didn't like the media. He didn't like being the big spotlight. But, he was. And then Will Perdue asked him if, being drafted to his hometown in Chicago was the best place for him early on. And Rose said, "My story is my story. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. But how it played out here." He said he achieved a lot here. I loved it here. This is my hometown. But when I look at the old footage of the documentary, it kind of reminds me of a younger Mike Tyson in a way, where you get this talent, gifted individual, and they're just locked into their craft. They don't care about who they're getting compared to. I don't care who I was getting compared to. And I looked at it where MJ was a 2-guard, I'm a point guard, so how can you compare me? I understand that, but at the same time, Derrick Rose was the biggest thing the Bulls have ever had since MJ. So of course there's going to be crazy comparisons and always some talk. And of course Derrick Rose sat out the whole 2012-2013 season following his first knee injury. And of course Derrick already didn't like the media, and then I know the media got on him and always made up a bunch of rumors, and he just saying a bunch of bullshit about Rose not playing or faking his injury or just taking his time to come back. And Derrick said once he got all that thrown on him and the way that people are coming at him, he wanted to be stubborn and he wasn't going to change who he was. And I agree, I love Derrick. He's the reason I became a Bulls fan and watched basketball. I remember everyone, the media, the reporters, the news, everyone shit on Rose every day for not coming back. And Derrick said, "Why should I talk about an answer when, you're going to kill me in the paper the next day?" And that's true. And honestly, even though I wish Derrick would come back to Chicago, I do feel bad for him. We treated him pretty bad during, his lows. And at the end of the day, he didn't deserve that. He was the MVP. He was the biggest thing we've ever had since MJ. At times we should have treated him better. And Will Perdue also talked to Derrick about today's load management, because, Kawhi Leonard is always on load management. He's missing every other game. He did last year as well. He rested a bunch for the Raptors. And honestly, I don't really like it. It's just, I don't know. I saw that the NBA TV ratings are down, and I believe that could possibly be why, and all the injuries. But I don't know. It's just, it's a toxic situation to talk about. And Rose said years ago, it was just a different time in sports. And now that he said, now that we have the term load management, I don't think I would have taken it as far as Kawhi. But then he said, but if load management would have been around, who knows? I probably would have still been a Chicago Bull by now.
You were a guy that was just coming off an MVP season that was injured.
Yeah.
But you were given no slack whatsoever.
Yeah, it was just a different time in the sports world, period. Now we have the term load management. I don't think that I would have taken as far as Kawhi, as far as they're really being cautious about his injury or whatever he has. But if load management would have been around, who knows? I probably would have still been a Chicago Bull by now.
And that's the main part of this video. Derrick Rose wants to come home. There's another question that I'm going to go into later on in this video. But just him saying that, it shows that he wants to be a Chicago Bull and always wanted to be. But, of course, it didn't work out how, most people wish it would have. And then Rose also talked about how if he never got hurt in the Tom Thibodeau years, that they could have won an NBA title. And Rose, of course, you know, stayed humble and said, I mean, that's a lot of what ifs, which I agree. But if Derrick Rose did stay healthy, I believe the Bulls could have at least won one championship team. That team was stacked. We had great starters, a great bench, a good coach. We just looked like the real deal if, you know, of course, injuries didn't mess us up. And then Rose also said that was something we were fighting for. I think we were really focused and locked in on that. That was one of my goals, but that was something that was in the past. And them memories we will always cherish. But we're going to leave that in the past, which honestly is sad because, you know, like I said, I believe we could have won at least one championship, but still, those were great times of basketball, and hopefully the current Chicago Bulls can get back to that soon. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier in the video. And he asked him if he could see himself returning one day to play for the Chicago Bulls. And Rose said, I mean, like I always say, you probably have to ask Jerry about that. Rose said, I have one more year on this deal. I'm here for 2 years. After next year, I'll be a free agent. Who knows? That's how I'm going to leave it. And I made a video, I'd say a week ago, and Derrick pretty much said the same things. And obviously, if he's putting it on Jerry to sign him, he obviously wants to come back. You know, Rose talks highly about the Chicago Bulls. You know, it's his hometown. Of course, I believe he wants to come back. So honestly, I hope in 2021 the Bulls re-sign him, because honestly, he'd still be a great six-man off the bench, and you know, he'd help Coby White develop and just much more. You know, it'd sell more tickets, and I know that's all the front office, you know, really cares about. So I'm honestly surprised we didn't sign him this offseason. And another quick topic I wanted to talk about is that the Bulls signed Satoransky to a 3-year, $30 million deal. And don't get me wrong, I like Sato. Even though he hasn't played that good this year, he's just been really inconsistent, and he doesn't look to score the ball that much. Derrick Rose signed what? A 2-year, $15 million deal with the Pistons. So the Bulls easily could have brought Derrick back and saved what? $15 million? So I don't know why we didn't. Rose is looking way better than Sato, and I feel like a Derrick Rose and LaVine backcourt would be scary. I mean, that'd probably be one of the most athletic backcourts of all time. But yeah, I hope you guys like this quick interview. Huge shout out to NBC Sports Chicago for this interview. Like I said, I'll put the link below the video if you guys want to watch the full video. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave any questions you got below. I'll make sure to respond and answer them. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.